What's up, LA Live Gang? This is your boy AC, and welcome back to another edition, another special live stream edition of LA Sports Live. Right now, we are live on YouTube and we are live on Twitch at this time. Thanks for everybody dropping by, stopping by the channel, supporting your brother. I really appreciate it. Um, hmm. You guys see the thumbnail? You saw the title. So I know I'm probably a day late with this. Okay, okay, here you guys go already. Salute to everybody in the chat. We get this story concerning Brad Turner's comments in a recent Twitter space. Basically, Brad Turner broke down. He just gave a little bit more clarity and a little bit more detail to uh, what was going on with the Lakers in the offseason, right around the what was that? What that was on the draft, right? Because that's the draft was the day all the big trades jumped off. Once again, salute to everybody on YouTube. Salute to everybody on Twitch for joining in. Um, Now there's I haven't heard a recording of this, but there was like a couple hundred people in the space in the Twitter space that pretty much confirmed this story that Brad Turner said that Demar Derozan was LeBron's first choice as far as a free agent acquisition, and not Russell Westbrook. I repeat, according to Brad Turner's comments in the Twitter space, he's saying that DeMar DeRozan, not Russell Westbrook, was LeBron's first choice for Lakers free agency. Brad Turner went on to also reveal that um, that there was a momentum on that deal. There was momentum on a signing trade with the San Antonio Spurs and the LA Lakers. It probably would have. I'm not for sure who would have involved KCP and maybe somebody. And I think it's probably going to be THT. I'm not for sure. But anyway, they were going to do a signing trade with San Antonio to get DeMar DeRozan. But now here's the sticky point, and here's what we're going to get into it about. Um, According to Brad, the deal didn't get finalized because the Lakers did not want to give DeMar DeRozan a 3-year deal. They will offer him, excuse me, they offered him a 2-year deal, and the Lakers did not want to extend, did not want to come off that extra year. Um, Before we delve into that, so that seems to be the sticking point, and this is not the first decision that the Lakers have made with the thoughts and with the plans of not to extend anything past 2023. You guys know, if you're a Laker fan, you know that the Lakers currently they only have two players signed past this upcoming season. Past 2023, the Lakers only have two players signed. That would be Anthony Davis and that would be Taylor Horton Tucker. And I think that third year for Taylor Horton for THT, I think it's a player option. I think it's a player option. So basically, they only have two players under contract. Not even LeBron James is under contract for anything past the next season. So, so the thing you got to ask yourself, okay, why are the Lakers being so guarded about not um, signing anybody past 2023? Why in these trade discussions and these trade scenarios at the trade deadline, why they didn't pull the trigger on some of these other deals that they had that they could have made? Why they didn't pull the trigger on them? And what I'm starting to see is the Lakers, they just did not want to take on any contract past 2023. And that made me start scratching my head. It made me start to think thinking here. Salute to everybody in the chat. Why are the Lakers doing this? And I just came to the conclusion that the Lakers have a plan. Now, what this plan is, will it come to fruition because things change? But I really do believe the Lakers do have some sort of plan for the offseason of 2023. Now to me, there are players available, in 2023, but it's not always about who's directly available in 2023 because it could be another player under contract where they could do a sign and trade and all this other kind of stuff. So anyway, there's a lot of different scenarios that could happen. But the bottom line is the Lakers are trying to keep that cap space open for somebody, or in this case, somebody's, because if LeBron does not sign an extension this offseason, that means he's not coming back after 2023. And the Lakers, depending on how much the salary cap is, like I said, they would only have AD and THT under contract. And depending on how much the salary cap, we know it's going to get extended a little bit. But conservatively speaking, the Lakers will have 70 to $80 million of available cap space in 2023. Now, to some people, that doesn't mean anything. My wife sending me messages. To some of you guys, that might not mean anything, man. But that tells me the Lakers have a trick under their sleeve, or at least they're trying to have a trick under their sleeve. Hold on a second, guys. Sorry about that, guys. So the Lakers have a plan for 2023, and for whatever reason, man, it doesn't matter what player they could acquire of the trade deadline. Um, they don't want to come off that plan. They don't want to come off the plan. We're not going to know. We're not going to know for maybe another year or so from now, or it might break, it might leak. But if you look at the available free agents who would be possibly available in 2023, I think the biggest name is Nikola Jokic. But it's really widely expected that he will sign a supermax extension um, this coming off season. So I don't know what the Lakers have planned, but that I think to me that kind of answers the question, and kind of quiets some of the speculation about this DeMar DeRozan deal. We're not gonna. The Lakers are having a crappy season. We know that. We're not gonna sit here and cry and fuss about it, and we're not gonna sit here and cry and fuss about not having DeMar DeRozan, because it is what it is. Yeah, he's having a pretty good season with the Bulls, but look at the Bulls. They're starting to fade a little bit. I don't know what are the Bulls in, like fourth or fifth place. Where they were number one for quite a while. So, and I'm not saying that to disparage DeMar DeRozan, because he is having the MVP type season. But my point is, we're not going to sit here and cry over DeMar DeRozan. But shout out to Brad Turner, for kind of giving that behind the scenes take and view, and kind of letting the fans know what was going on in that situation behind closed doors. I know some people are going to look at this and kind of flip it to as liquor owner Jeannie Buss being cheap and not wanting to pay that third year, or some people might try to flip it and say it's an age thing that they don't want to pay DeMar DeRozan, who's 32 right now. I believe he'll be 33 before the year's over with. Um, Try to make a situation where they don't want to extend the older player. I really don't think it's either one of those. I think the Lakers would have been perfectly happy to have DeMar, but they just wanted to do it on their own terms, and their own terms was going to be for 2 years and not three. So I think that's the end of that situation, man. I think that adequately explains it. Um, we just gonna have to stand by and wait and see what the Lakers have planned for the year for the off season of 2023. What players they plan on bringing in, because they definitely, I think, I kind of have mixed emotions, or I really don't care what they do, but you know, I really do think that the Lakers want to move on from LeBron James after 2023. Um, they may gauge it, and they may wait to see how next season goes. They may wait and see how next season goes. This season is over. It's over. It's a disaster. It's terrible. But um, they may wait to the to next season comes to see how things go and offer an extension. But I think I think, look, if LeBron James does not sign an extension with the Lakers this offseason, I think it's going to be his final year with the Lakers. I really do, because the Lakers, I don't know for what reason, man, they're protecting that salary cap for 2023, the year of his departure, man. And like I said, I think that this coming off season is a really, really big off season. Coming after this, after this season, man, this season's so bad. I really don't even like talking about it, man. That's how bad this season is. I really don't like talking about it. But anyway, I think this is a very big and a very pivotal um, offseason for the Lakers. They got to decide what decision they want to move in. Are they going to offer LeBron an extension? They're going to have to deal with the Russell Westbrook deal. Do they keep him? Do they buy him out? Do they try to take a trade with Russell Westbrook? All kinds of situations. Because again, think about it. The Lakers are trying to protect that salary cap room at all costs. Undoubtedly, think about it. If you trade Russell Westbrook, Russ makes $47 million. Okay, Russ makes $47 million. So that means you have to take back. They're going to have to take back at least 43 to $44 million, at least 43 and $44 million in salaries and players back. Now, so that kind of limits them, right? Because if they have to take that much salary back, and they're trying to protect their cap space moving forward 2023, what if some of those players are under contract past 2023? Now, I know some players you can move. Some players can be moved easier than others. It just kind of depends on the situation. It just depends on the player, man. But I'm just telling you, this is not going to be easy situation dealing with Russ's contract. They're not going to just take any trade, and I don't even think it's about them getting value. But like I said, with Russ making all that money, they got to be careful in the players who they take back and the length of their contracts. So that's something else, guys. I don't know if you thought about, but it's something else you got to keep in mind. And moving forward, because like I said, this season pretty much is done, bro. I mean, uh, they make the playoffs. They make the playoffs, man. But we're not expecting no miracles over here. I'm not going to be doing any more. By the way, I'm not going to be doing any more uh, um, pregame, Laker pregame videos. That's done. That's over with. Until the playoffs, if they get in. Right now, we just kind of like in the holding pattern, watching, monitoring the Lakers, because honestly, guys, and that would take the stream in a whole nother direction. But what's been going on with the Lakers on the court and in the media or the front office, it's just been disgusting and embarrassing, man. It's been disgusting and embarrassing. And let me tell you guys something. Me, as a longtime Laker fan, um, I don't like anybody. I don't like to hear anybody other than real Laker fans critique this team. And that's just me. I don't like it. Is what it is, because we got so many different fan bases with the vested interest in the Lakers this season. So you got a lot of people with different agendas. But I just kind of feel like only OG Laker fans who've been around for a long time have really have the cachet to talk crap about this Lakers, because we're the ones who really know the story, not people who just jumped on board over the last 3 4 years. It's not a shot at everybody, shot at anybody, but that's just the way it is. I it's just weird to me hearing some people comment on these things, and I'm just like, man, you really don't know the background. You only know what you've seen over the last 24 months or so. But it takes a real fan, it takes a true fan to admit that his team is heading down the drain. The team is spiraling down the drain. The team is in a bad place right now. The organization is in a bad place, on the floor and publicly and in the media, and it's going to take some real strong leadership from GD Bus. Something that, quite honestly, that we have not seen that much from her, um, throughout her tenure as running the Lakers after the death of the late great Jerry Buss. Uh, it's really going to take some strong leadership for her, and for her to make some solid and very difficult decisions this offseason, man. Forget all the other stuff I mentioned before. About whether you extend LeBron, you don't extend LeBron, when you trade Russ, you buy him out, or you do this or do that. Forget all that stuff. What is Jeannie Buss going to do to get this franchise back on track? Does she need to make changes in the front office? Does she need to make wholesale changes, in Laker management? I've heard some people call for her to step down. She ain't gonna step down, man. Come on. I've heard some people say that they're gonna sell the team, but the decision is not hers to sell the damn team anyway. The team, in case some of you guys don't know, man, the team is in a trust. The team is in the Lakers family trust, and then plus they do have a couple minority owners of the Lakers. But anyway, the team is in a family trust with the five siblings. Excuse me, one, two, three, four, six siblings. Jerry Buss has six kids, and that team he left in the trust for them kids. And Jeannie is running the team. So even if she wanted to sell the team, right? Even if she wanted to sell the team, she would have to get a majority vote of her siblings to do so, and they're not going to do that. The Buss family is known and synonymous with the LA Lakers. And just because Jeannie's having a hard time or she's looking bad in the media, they're not going to up and give up and green light a sale, because they're not going to do that, because the Lakers are their baby. They don't have a lot of other businesses where they make a lot of money from, unlike other NBA owners. They're pretty much, the Lakers is their cash cow. That's their baby for the family, and they're not going to sell it, bro. That's just it. So people talking about her selling the team. Like I said, it would not be her decision alone. People talking about her stepping down from running the team. I don't see her removing herself anytime soon. Jeannie's only 60 years old. It's got a lot of years left. I just don't see that happening. But I would be very happy if it did. And I don't want them to sell the team, but I would like her to step down, uh, as far as making these decisions, man, because I kind of feel Jeannie's been involved with this team for a number of years. We've seen her, even though even the Showtime TV show on HBO is fictional, but she was involved with Dr. Buss basically in the very beginning. She wasn't really working. Forget what the TV show says. She wasn't working directly with the Lakers in the beginning. She was. He put her in charge of the LA Strings, which was a professional LA tennis team. Anyway, that's going way back. Y'all don't even know about that. But anyway, she was running the LA Strings. She was not working for the Lakers when she was just barely a teenager or whatever. No, she wasn't. She was working at the farm because Dr. Bus owned that and all that kind of stuff. But no, she wasn't working for the Lakers. But anyway, my point is, she's been in professional sports management for over 40 years. So she does have experience. But what I do kind of believe is this stuff is kind of passing her by. She has a very hard time making these big decisions. And this Lakers organization, man, this team is worth a multi-million dollars. I mean, if the Clippers sold for 2 billion, you got to be able to get at least triple that for the Lakers. But I'm saying all this to say that the Lakers have been basically a family ran mom and pop situation. Salute to everybody in chat. The Lakers have been basically a mom and pop family ran operation since Dr. Buss took over. And my point of view is this team, this organization has outgrown that. It's out. Oh, was there somebody in there? Who's that? Let's see. What's up, critic?
What up, what up, what up, bro? You know what
What's
I'm
up, man? My
saying?
bad. I didn't see you sitting there, man. I'm just running my mouth.
Nah, you good, bro. Hey, man, it's glad to see you live. It's glad to see you doing more videos. And I'm glad I was able to catch, you live, man. Good, you know what I'm saying? Welcome.
Yeah, bro. I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna start doing the lives a little bit more often, man. My schedule's a little bit more adjusted. I have free time to do it.
Right,
Um, it's tough for me, man. I can't really do too much talking about the Lakers right now, bro, because it's just as you know, everything's in disarray. So honestly, the season I can't really wait until it's over, bro. Let's just be totally honest with you, man. Let's just scrap this season and move on, bro. Move on.
yeah, man. It's definitely it's night getting bright at the end of the road.
For sure, man. And you know what I want to tell you, man, is I know this is a very difficult season for LeBron James fans. Um, and for Laker fans too, bro. But specifically talking about LeBron because we all know the clock is ticking, bro.
Right.
We know the clock is ticking, man, and we don't want to see another wasted year. But when we look at this, for us from the Laker fan point of view, when we look at this season in totality, man, it's just like as mad as you guys and as disgusted you guys are with the Lakers and Vogel and Genie and this and that, man. I believe the Laker fans are like just as pissed off or equally or maybe even more because we've never, speaking from a Laker fan point of view, we never had a situation where a team lately that was such a favorite to win and then they turn out to be such a miserable failure. I mean, honestly, man, Laker fans, we really, bro, I none of the other guys gonna admit it, but we really don't know what the fuck to do with ourselves, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is just wild. It's just wild, man. Uh, I don't know. It would probably be kind of comparable to like maybe when LeBron, when his last few years in Cleveland, and then they just had a real shitty year and they didn't make the playoffs. Everybody would be like, "What the hell is going on? LeBron's not making the playoffs." That's how we feel right now, bro. We just
Yeah,
kind of like at a loss for words.
yeah. And that punk AD. You know what I'm saying? He get to dodge all the bullets while the whole team go through the fire.
Yeah,
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, you heard what Shaq said a few weeks ago. The Clippers beat the hell out the Lakers. I think it was on the post game. He said, "Look, I don't know what's up with the Lakers. Seemed like nobody care over there." He said somebody needs to get beat up.
Yeah.
The old 50s, and I'm like, you know what? LeBron ain't gonna beat nobody up because that's just it's just not in his character to do that. But it's like what you guys were talking about earlier, all that laughing and kikiing on the bench, man. That shit pisses me off, bro. That shit pisses me off. Shouldn't nobody be on the bench laughing? This is a terrible season. I don't really see nothing to laugh about, in my opinion.
Right.
So, Anthony Davis, the man is out. He's hurt. I really don't have too much to say about him.
And see, that's the thing, bro. You
Yeah.
know, that's the thing. Like, you could sit and play these games, and technically, can't nobody say nothing to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't
It's
nobody say
almost like
nothing.
he
It's
has
almost like he
it's
has,
almost like he has an
an
excuse.
excuse. Yeah. Come on, man. You just hurt every time you get on the court. You just hurt, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I tried to man, before he came and I heard they were gonna trade for AD and I heard the rumors about he's always hurt. I went and checked just like you talked about his availability. And I looked at all his games and I said, okay, he's available for about up until he came to the Lakers. He was available for about 84% of his games. And I tried to justify and say that was good enough, but that's not. He should be in the mid to
Yeah.
high 90s. So we should have known right there. That was a red flag right there, man. The dude has a history even before he came of
Yeah.
injury problems. So
You got
it,
that one
it is kind of
ring.
is what it is.
You know, you got that one ring, and now you do. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my opinion. You got that one ring. Now you cool. Now you don't care about shit.
Yeah.
And that's just
Craig,
my opinion.
I really want to
It's too many
hear.
coincidences, bro.
Yeah, you're right. You're right because it just seems like after 2020, um, he's just not the same player, bro. He's just not the same player, man.
It's
But
just too many
I'm having a hard
coincidences that.
time. Go ahead.
No, you cool, bro. You good.
No, I was just saying, man. I'm just trying to. I'm having a hard time accepting that he just doesn't care anymore. But I kind of feel like there's something going on that he's in disagreement, and he's letting it affect his play on the court. I don't know what it is, bro. I might be wrong. I don't know, but I can't just see how the man he kind of played through and he kind of fought through injuries in the bubble to get that chip, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden now he don't care. I just don't understand that, bro. I really don't. I
All of a
really don't.
sudden, every game you play, you hurt. And like I said, a lot of people sit up and they disagree with, you know, with Anthony Davis being traded. But man, whether you like a player or not, man, a liability is a liability, man.
Yeah. Um. I don't know if they'll ever trade him, but after this season, honestly, this season is such a tremendous failure. They might look at every option. You know what I'm saying? They may look at every option,
You know what
including
I'm saying, bro? Like you know, what do the team need you for? You always hurt. Yeah, you brought a championship, but you know, you you can only harp on that for so long
Right.
because okay, you got the Lakers a chip, but now they looking forward to another chip.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you know, it just goes to show you he's not a leader for the mere fact of, bro, you don't hear this cat coming out, you know, making any statements, you know,
No.
trying to make everything cool, and you know, he's quiet. LeBron got to do all the talking.
Right. Right. You. I'm gonna tell you something, critic, and I just would. I would have bet you. I would have bet you $1 million. This would have happened by now. This is what I would have hoped would have happened after 2020. We all know LeBron is like, a workout freak. He loves to work out. His body,
Yeah,
keeping his body in shape is his job. And I'm like, why in the fuck we have not seen no LeBron James and Anthony Davis workout videos in the gym?
right,
And I'm not saying it's LeBron's fault, but I'm kind of like, AD, nigga, this nigga right here has the blueprint to keeping your body healthy. I can't for the life of me. You have a problem with staying healthy. This nigga has the keys to the fountain of youth or something. Why are you are not at his house in that fucking gym every day? I don't get it.
right.
I don't get it, man. And that's more of a reflection on AD, not LeBron, man, because shit, LeBron can't make the nigga come over and work out, bro. The only videos I see AD doing is on Twitch playing video games. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? And you're completely right. Um, he's definitely not a leader. And what I come to realize is, um, when it comes, in terms of leadership on the NBA team, honestly, when you look at the league, bro, it's only a handful of them. It's only a handful of the guys that are really, really true leaders. Start with LeBron James. Um, Jimmy Butler will leave it all out on the floor. He ain't gonna let his team lose, and unless he can help it. A couple other guys, man, but AD don't cut it.
Yeah,
He don't cut it, and I thought it would. I thought some of the leadership, I thought some of the work ethic from LeBron would have kind of rubbed off on him, man. It's kind of like the perfect situation for him to get tutored and groomed and learn how to lead a team properly from LeBron James, but it's not happening, bro. And I really can't blame LeBron because it just appears that AD is perfectly happy being a Robin,
yeah,
not a Batman. Yeah, I don't really think he's interested, man, in really leading the team. He talks the talk sometime, man, but you know his actions on the court and all that kind of stuff kind of prove, man, he ain't really he ain't really cut out, bro, to be a leader. He's not. He's definitely not an alpha male. That's for damn sure.
yeah,
So
man. Definitely, bro. Definitely. You know what I'm saying? I'm done with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you just sitting on the sideline. It don't even seem like you concerned of what the team is going through.
right,
But yet you can buck up on camera live for the world to see and people in that stadium to see. You could buck up on Dwight Howard though.
yeah, I
That
don't know.
that was some fake ass shit right there. I ain't like that shit, bro.
I don't know what that was all about, bro. Made no sense.
You
I
gonna
don't
do
know.
that shit
I don't
to a
know.
motherfucker on camera for everybody to see and shit, man. Like that's some cornball shit right there, bro.
Yeah, once this season is over with, bro, we're gonna hear a lot of stuff. Um, Stuff that happened behind the scenes, stuff that happened in the locker room that hasn't gotten out. We're gonna hear something, man, because as bad as this season has been, and as much losing that they have done, somebody had, somebody's temper had to get short somewhere, bro. And they just kept it under wraps. But I'm pretty sure we're gonna hear about it. You know, when this season is over, man. But since I got you on the panel, bro, and I'm gonna end it in a little bit, but I got a true LeBron fan on the panel, so I want to ask you: LeBron's under contract with the Lakers for one more season after this season. Do you, at this point, let's kind of like a two-part question. Do you think he wants to leave the Lakers, and should he leave the Lakers? And if you say he should, where would be a viable situation for him to go?
Well, first, he said he want to be a Laker for as long as he can.
Right,
Um, do I think he want to leave? No, I think that he's just frustrated.
right.
That showed the other night. When he was the only one up there trying to get a rebound, and he got pissed off at everybody. I didn't like him doing that because that was the old LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other side, man, you know, he got you got to get at motherfuckers. But
Right,
should he leave? No. Um, damn, I kind of want to say yeah, he should. I want to say no, but then again, I want to say yeah. LA Sports Live because of how a lot of these fans treated him and stuff.
yeah.
Um, the way that a lot of these fans and Kobe fans treated him and stuff like that. You know, it's like they don't. It's like they hate LeBron. They don't like him, but at the same time, they wouldn't mind him bringing another chip, a chip or three. But
Oh
then if he
man,
does that,
yeah.
these Laker and Kobe fans will still talk shit. You know what I'm saying? So
Right,
it's like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. It's fucked up. Even that's how you know these cats ain't Laker and Kobe fans because Kobe told the
right,
fan to embrace LeBron,
right,
and it should have been over and done by that. But these same motherfuckers, they they went against what Kobe said, but then they say they love Kobe and they say they love the Lakers. Well, if you love Kobe, then you should love the Lakers because Kobe is the Lakers in his
right,
time. So what he say should go. If LeBron would have been in Cleveland and say Kobe would have came over to Cleveland and Bron, first of all, I wouldn't have been mad. I wouldn't have had shit to say.
mm,
I for two. But if I did have something to say about it and LeBron said chill, you know what I'm saying, embrace Kobe, then that's what I'm gonna do.
right,
I'm not
right.
gonna go against, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go against, you know, what LeBron say. If he say embrace a player, embrace him.
Yeah, yeah. Critic. I kind of made the mistake of thinking most of Laker Nation thought like me, but I'm a little bit older than some of these other guys that be on YouTube or whatever, and
Yeah,
so
blame LeBron
yeah,
for shit that's going on. You know what I'm saying? Higher
nah,
up. You
I,
know, the shit like that makes me want him to leave. You know what I'm saying, bro?
yeah,
Um it's like um it's like I'm 80-20.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not saying that Laker and Kobe fans was supposed to kiss his toenails and all that other type of shit. But you know what I'm saying, bro? I'm not saying
Yeah,
that that's what they were supposed to do. But it's like at the same token, it's like, yo, this is my problem. I've said it on my live stream.
uh,
I said it on Bangs a couple times, and I'm gonna say it on yours. To me, you cannot, and I repeat, you cannot be a true Kobe or Laker fan if you set and you let Skip Bayless and you're letting other fans and YouTubers call that chip LeBron and them won a bubble chip. That's disrespectful to me.
yeah, I agree.
That's real disrespectful because everybody know that when Kobe passed, let me tell you some LA Sports Live. If you was to ask me a question like critic, when do you think in LeBron's career as he's still playing, when what time do you think he had to face the most pressure out his whole career? And my answer to you, bro, would be when Kobe died. Because everybody knew it was mandatory that championship was won.
Exactly.
That championship is for Kobe. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? And how was these Laker and Kobe fans letting motherfuckers go around and disrespect that chip because LeBron helped bring it? The whole world was watching. The whole world was saying,
yeah.
Oh man, Bron and them, they gotta win this for Kobe. They gotta win this for Kobe. Man, to me, bro,
That's a lot of pressure.
from Kobe passing all the way up into them winning the championship, to me, bro, that was like a mini movie, bro.
Yeah,
That was like a mini movie. You know what I'm saying?
you're right, bro.
There's no way. Nobody should be bubble chip my ass.
Nah, I that bothers me. I'm like, you can't really call yourself a Laker fan and then you want to criticize one of our championships. I mean, your thinking ain't right. And as far as Laker fans or Kobe fans not accepting LeBron James, I'm like this, man. As a Laker fan, if I can accept Gary Payton and if I can accept Carl Malone, especially Carl Malone, this nigga, how many times he put the Lakers out of the playoffs?
Right.
I mean, there's legit history and beef with the Lakers and the damn Utah Jazz and Carl Malone and John Stockton with them niggas putting Lakers out. Lakers should have had more championships than what they did in the late 90s. But anyway, they lost a lot of times in the playoffs to the Spurs. I mean, to the Spurs. I mean, not to the Spurs, to the fucking Jazz. So, but if I can accept that dude, a dude who used to whip our ass to come to the Lakers, accepting LeBron, that's nothing. And it's not diminishing LeBron as a player, but I'm just saying the Lakers never had they never had any battles with LeBron or anything like that. So if another great player wants to come to the team and Kobe signs off on it, to me, like you said, it should have been over. But obviously, it's not. Certain people they just gonna feel the way they feel, man, and
You
I
know,
don't understand it.
that shit just crazy. The minute that and where everybody got that bubble chip shit from, they got it from Skip Bayless. The minute he said that, he should have been dragged for filth. He should have been dragged for filth to the point to where he would have came back and apologized for it. Because when you disrespect that championship, you're disrespecting Kobe. Because that's a to me as a Cavaliers fan. No other championship that y'all Lakers ever won means nothing to me more than this championship right here for Kobe. For Kobe.
Yeah.
It
Uh,
should be a special, it should be a special fucking made championship trophy. The trophy, it should be it should be another one specially made with Kobe's name across that bit.
yeah, man. Yeah,
Everybody that got a ring that year should go get another ring, specially made championship inside it in 3D. It should say Kobe.
yeah, yeah. That was something special, man, and it's something
And
that
I'm gonna tell you something. And I'm gonna tell you something. LA Sports Live, from me to you, from a Cavalier fan to a Lakers fan. I'm not gonna let nobody disrespect that championship.
yeah, I hear you, bro. I appreciate that. Skip Bayless, he comes up with this term bubble because his dumb, stupid ass Clippers choked. That's what that's all about. And so now he has to denigrate it because his dumbass Clippers, they choked that series away, and he thought they were going to beat the Lakers, but anyhow, it didn't happen. So it is what it is, man. But I appreciate what you said, critic. I really do, and I know
I
other
mean that shit,
fans
bro.
do.
I mean that shit, bro. I mean that. I really mean that shit.
Yeah,
Because I was one of the ones when man, I remember like yesterday, man. Um, I was knocked out, and I might have been up the night before all night. Might have woke up early that morning. 9 times out of 10, I did. Stayed up for a couple hours and went back to sleep, and probably woke up about 1 o'clock that afternoon. And I never forget, man. I woke up, I grabbed my phone, and as I got to looking through notifications and different shit, Kobe Bryant dead.
yeah,
I at first I'm like, man, this got to be some bullshit. And yo, when I finally grasped it, it finally hit me that the shit was true, and it was all over the news and everything. Cause I was just praying, and I was never a Kobe Bryant fan. I'm not saying I didn't like him. I just
hmm
wasn't. I just wasn't a fan. But I know who the fuck he was. You know what I'm saying? And
exactly.
you know, I was just like, man, um, like nah, man, let this just be some cheesy ass websites putting the shit out. Cause when you got Instagram and Facebook and shit
Yeah,
like that, shit come up in your news feeds all the time.
right, right.
You know what I'm saying? And I was just hoping it was just one of them situations, but man,
Yeah,
you
bro.
know, that's why I'm passionate about motherfuckers disrespecting that championship ring, because when I finally grasped that Kobe was gone and the magnitude of what happened to him, I said, "Oh, LeBron and them, they got to bring this home. This
Yeah,
for Kobe."
yeah,
I immediately said that, bro. I said, "Oh man, Bron and them, they got to do it. They got to do it for Kobe.
right,
They can't go home without the
right.
championship this year." And I know if I said it, thousands, and millions, thousands said it too.
Right. You're right, critic.
And the funny thing about it is, nobody said nothing. Everybody sat back, and there was a lot of people that was hoping that LeBron and them didn't win that chip. But you never heard nobody say, "Oh, well, if LeBron and them win the chip, that's going to be called a bubble chip." Nobody ever said that
No.
until the minute LeBron and them won that chip. Here goes Skip Bayless.
Mm, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You
It's crazy, man. And like, after that tragic day, um, LeBron became the face of the Lakers.
hmm
After that happened, LeBron instantly became the face of the Lakers. And thank God they had the right team around him, and he was able to lead them, to the championship. And real Laker fans will be eternally grateful to LeBron for that, man, because I know LeBron has four titles, and they all mean something special to him. But I'm gonna tell you what, something when it's all over, I'm not gonna say he gonna say the bubble is the most significant one, not like that. But he's gonna let people know what he had to go through that season to accomplish that feat and winning the championship in the bubble. And he's gonna
Yeah.
let people know that he's gonna let people know that shit was not easy.
And bro, and you know what, bro? I rock with you the long way. You won my respect a month or so ago when you came out with that with that video, that live stream, and it was just you on there by yourself, and you assured us LeBron fans like, yo, I feel what y'all going through. It's some bullshit going on, but let y'all know that some of us Laker and Kobe fans don't feel like
Mhm.
these other ones. And then you did a personal video for that to be letting it known how you appreciate LeBron coming over there and shit like that, bro. And after you did that, you won my respect, bro. Like, that was cool for him to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
Yeah,
you ain't want to be like everybody else. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? You was on some I don't feel like that. I know who that man is. I know what that man about.
hmm
I'm grateful for him. Fuck what everybody else talking about. Only real men can do that.
right,
Only real fans of the game can do that.
right, man. Because one thing you'll never hear on this channel, bro, and as quiet as kept, it's just me and you on here and a few people that's listening. I'm not a Kobe guy. I'm not one of these Kobe fans. I mean, at my age, I watched him go from the beginning to the end, so I kind of grew up with him. But Kobe had one of those kind of personalities where it's like either you love him or you hate him. And but he's not one of my favorite Lakers, man. My favorite Lakers are Magic and Shaq. Kobe was a great player, one of the best ever. But you got people out here, man, who that's their guy, and they'll never let anybody rise above him in their eyes. But I'm not one of those guys, man. He's just never been one of my favorites. Cause that's just me personally. Not to
Yeah,
knock him
and,
or anything.
and me as a
Not a
Cavalier, bro,
mm-hmm.
growing up, watching the game in the 90s and stuff like that, you know, as a Cavalier, bro, I always liked Irvin Magic Johnson. I
Mm-hmm.
always fucked with him. Like I
Mm-hmm.
said on my live stream, what I'm saying earlier, I used to love how Magic Johnson used to come up the court with that ball. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That look on his face, and regardless to what anybody say, like, you know, hey man, I understand. It's just crazy to see them going through this shit. Cause I said I was pissed off the season after the Lakers won and they gave everybody away. I said, man,
Bad move.
and there was people that was disagreeing with me. I'm like, man, nah, you supposed to. They was supposed to run everybody back.
Right.
If
Right.
if you had to pay, if you had to pay motherfuckers a little bit extra, so
Right.
what? You should have wanted to.
Right. Right. And that's where Jeannie started to fuck up, bro, with this team. That's where she started to fuck up, man. She didn't want to pay Rondo. She didn't want to pay Dwight. Um, they tried to get cute and flip Danny Green for a younger player, and the
Yeah,
shit
man.
went bad.
Yeah.
Just went
And
bad.
see, bro, and see situations, facts and shit that happen like this, it debunks LeBron. Um, they listen to what LeBron say.
Mm.
Just off of that factor right there. If the
It
Lakers
does.
was listening to if the Lakers was listening to what LeBron said, man, everybody would have got paid.
Right. Yeah. The, when you have a team with a championship, bro, they deserve the right to defend that championship at least 1 year, and that's where the Lakers made a mistake. They should have brought that team back at least one more year and let them defend their title. But you know,
Yeah, man. They should have ran everybody. If it was up to LeBron, everybody would have stayed and got paid because we, we know we know that that's what would have actually happened because when you go back and you look, my 2016 champion,
hmm,
everybody came back the next season with more pay.
right,
He made sure that happened.
right,
So it goes to show you just off of that mere fact, he got everybody paid with the Cavs. That's because he had juice. He had the power with the Cavs. He don't have that same power, even though he's a superstar and he LeBron James. He ain't got that same power over there with LA.
no,
So a lot of them decisions
definitely,
the motherfuckers was making on their own, man. I bet you LeBron didn't agree for people not to get paid and for people to have to leave.
yeah,
We don't know how long LeBron been walking around here mad. He probably been walking around here mad the last past what? Okay,
last 2 seasons, 3 seasons,
yeah, 2 seasons.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Shit, they didn't bring Ty Luther.
yeah.
Wouldn't go get DeMarcus Rose in him. And man,
I mean, you think the after how the Lakers centers thing worked out, in 2020 when we had JaVale and Dwight after it worked to perfection that year, you think LeBron really wanted to break all that shit up and bring in Marcus All? Hell no, he didn't want to do that. A
then they doing all that
washed up
snake shit
Marcus All. That's
behind,
crazy.
doing that snake shit behind Magic Johnson's back, talking about him behind his back and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? How y'all talking shit behind his back and neither one of you motherfuckers ever graced the court before. I heard that Rob Palinka was was a shisty ass agent. I heard he was a shisty agent. You know what I'm saying? You just see all of this shit just it's like a domino effect.
Yeah,
Y'all
credit.
fell out, they fell out with Jerry West. How y'all fall out with the mother like
Yeah, you know what? That's why I want to explain. Like when you were talking to Felicia earlier, you guys got to remember that when Phil came to the Lakers, Jerry West was still the general manager, right? And then shortly after he gets there, after Phil gets there, he's dating Jeannie. Well, by that time, everybody knows that Jeannie's being groomed to take over. So Jerry's looking at it like, hey, that's professional that the lady who's about to be in charge is boning the coach. And now what happened is Phil started getting power, like more power than Jerry, and that's how the fallout happened, bro. It was all because of that. Now, that's how all that shit happened. That's why he'll never be back because Jeannie's still running things. She's the boss. She's a woman, and I'm pretty sure she feels like she was done wrong with him. Uh, Jerry was on record by saying he thought that was unprofessional, their relationship. So that has to be a major part of the beef.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Shout out to
Hmm.
Felicia, sis. I see you in the chat, sis. Um, now was Phil and Jenny's was their relationship, was it public or what, or nobody knew about it until somebody put it out there?
No, it was pretty public, bro. It,
Okay.
it was pretty public, and I can see why
I mean,
Jerry
was they
West.
like an actual couple public?
Yeah, yeah, they were, bro. They were a couple. They were a couple for many years. For many years, they were a couple until she finally figured out that he was never going to marry her, and then they finally separated.
Oh,
But
see, see, good, good looking for lacing, lacing my shoes, bro, because I
uh
didn't know that.
yeah, they were together for many years, man. And even though they're not together now, she's not gonna let Jerry come back, bro. It's just not gonna happen. Things were said, things were said that we don't know about and we'll never know about, and she's just not gonna fool with him anymore. But you know what? Jerry West is over 80 years old now, bro. You know, I was saving this for another video, but I'll just talk about it a little bit and then I gotta get out of here, man. I really think Jeannie needs to make some decisions this off season. And like I was saying earlier, the Lakers have kind of ran this thing like a mom and pop business for the last 50 years. And it's time for that to stop. That's part of the reason why Magic left. Because Magic didn't have the complete power like he deserved. He had to get stuff approved from other people, and that's why he left. It wasn't just because him falling out with Rob. He was frustrated about because he wanted to fire the coach after his first year with the Lakers and LeBron, but Jeannie told him no. And then Magic was just like, finally, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. But anyway, I just think she needs to hire one person in charge of basketball, and then she just needs to take herself upstairs and just chill. That's just my opinion. No more Rambus. You know, I don't care what they do with Palinka, but they just need to hire one person, let him run all the basketball stuff, and clean out all the messiness, because the messiness has ran away a lot of people, and it's just time for that to stop. My opinion.
Yeah, man. And see, one thing about me as a sports fan, I don't care. I don't care what team, what team it is. I when 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 problems within the organization get out to the media and shit like that, to me that's never a good thing, man.
Mhm.
To me, that's never a good thing. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? To me, you know, like the Golden State Warriors. Once that shit jumped off with KD and Draymond Green, it exposed that this shit just didn't happen overnight.
Right.
They've been having issues, you know what I'm saying, with each other. and different shit like that. They just knew how to, you know what I'm saying, to keep that shit in house. And I ain't got no choice but to respect that.
Right, right. It looks it looks super messy with the Lakers because it is because you got so many people involved. You got Genie, then you got the Rambuses, then you got Palinka, then you got the coach, and then you got LeBron and his camp. They all put stories out in the media to protect their own asses. So that's why we always get conflicting stories because the Ramets they put stuff out to make themselves look good. Palinka put stuff out to make himself look good. Palinka says things here and there, and when you listen to his pressers and stuff, he tries to let people know. Look, he tries to let them know. Look, this wasn't my decision, but I had to do this. I had to do that. I've heard him say plenty of times in press conferences. They would ask, "Well, why'd you do this? Or why'd you do that?" And I heard him say, "I had to check with ownership. I had to check with ownership for them to approve this salary, or I had to check with ownership." I've heard him say that several times. So when he says stuff like that, that's letting people know, look, I didn't make the final decision on this. They did. And if it didn't go the way you guys like it, it's because she said no. And Vogel, he has people that put stuff out there because he's trying to protect his own ass. He's the
Right,
one that leaked this story about Ramis coming downstairs and doing this and doing that because he wants to protect himself, so he can get his, make himself look good in the media, so he can get another job after this Lakers stuff is done.
right,
So that's just why it looks worse with the Lakers because everybody's just putting all these crazy ass stories out there, and most people don't know what to believe. And LeBron has to put stories out there because he's like, these motherfuckers lied on me. That's not what happened. So
right,
it's just crazy, man. But I'm at work, critic. I gotta get back to what they pay me to do. But
right.
I want
For
to
sure. Be looking for
do
having
the
me
live
time too,
stream,
bro.
man. I appreciate you coming through. Salute to
For sure.
everybody in the chat. I really appreciate you guys coming through and supporting the brother. And we'll be back on. Well, I'll be back on tomorrow. No pregame, postgame. That shit is over with me. I don't do that no more because the Lakers ain't no good. But we'll talk about something else.
All right, for sure,
Hey,
bro.
all right, bro. Appreciate it. And as I always say, I will rap with you guys later. And let me hit that outro, and then I'm out of here. Anyway, I'm out of here.